no. Tell him no. And he sat down.
Yes, he did. He knows no. No. So he's going to be excited. He definitely remembers your scent. No. He does know no. He's heard it a lot. Or seen it a lot. Day one.
Yeah, I noticed it when the
shock.
Oh, okay, because I noticed it from when he was driving. I'm like, what is that under his nose?
I don't think it's a good idea. It gets moisture up underneath there and it can have a little bit different effect too. So I don't like them. Okay, I can't stress that enough. Much better. So the first minute and a half that he sees somebody, he's gonna. Yeah.
This is how it will be. Okay.
Just so you know. Okay, so just get him on point. Get him on point, get him back, and he's like,
oh, those ears are like the cutest thing.
Right, get him focused again, and try not to lose your patience. Here's the thing, you want to just remain nice and calm, raise your collar up so it's nice and high. If it's high, you have more control, okay, because he is rambunctious.
I mean, this is like, from the first time I've met him, I mean, the one and only time, and we spent about an hour or so at a park together with. He never was like this still, so this is huge.
Well, I can tell you, I got beat up.
Yeah, this is huge. I mean, him sitting like this.
I'm just going to state for the record and your video that seriously, I got my butt beat. Yes.
He's a stout little stuff.
He gave me a beating, yes. But he's getting much better at behaving and relaxing. Very good. So, minute and a half to 2 minutes is when he'll start to settle in. Okay. Now, he might get bursts. Okay, but if he gets bursts, immediately it's a time out basically. Sit and no, sit. So this is no, sit. Okay, and I usually use no, but he knows this much better, so somebody else must have used it. Good. Good. Very good. So when we're doing a politely sit for hello, when you have your new adopters come up, we're going to hold the treat. You're going to come on up, and I'm going to say, wait, and let him chew on the treat while you touch. Remember what I said, he has touch sensitivity, so I need him to settle down when you touch. Okay? So come on up, and I'm going to let him chew on that treat while you pet. So I'm giving him the treat, I'm giving him thumbs up in between. So can you see what I'm doing? I'm giving him thumbs up, I'm giving him the treat. Giving him thumbs up, and I'm giving him the treat. He's not eating the treat, he's just licking on it like a lollipop. But what we're doing here is this is his touch sensitivity. Wait. So if he gets up, we just pivot right in front of him.
Like you kind of give him a little block.
Get him back to the sit, good. And then again, you can start petting him. So this is the best way to do it.
When we meet Nancy, this is
Yes.
the best way to introduce her to him too.
Because you want to teach him 4 on the floor instead of, yes, good,
2 on the floor and 2 on up.
good. And it's gross because you're going to get slimed. But this is taking a lot of practice because he didn't care about the treat. He was more people motivated.
Well, we got a lot of people to introduce you to at home, so we do it with everyone. We do this.
The more you do this, the better for him. He's actually eating, I was feeding him 5 cups of food a day. No doubt. His body wiggles constantly.
Well, we're gonna
So I gave him the treat this time. So now that I gave him the treat, you're still loving on him. He's still on the ground. That's what I should say. Good. Nope. And that right there, if he jumps, you see how I pivoted into him?
Block him.
So I pivoted into him just to get him to settle down. And again, you're going to tell him, wait. No. Sit. Good, wait. Okay? And then let him settle down again. So it's a quick timeout when he misbehaves like that. The quick timeout is literally just sit and wait for seconds, okay? Because this is very tough for him. It is very tough for him to settle down. Now, this is the touch sensitivity that I was talking about on the email to you. When you're loving on him, I'd like you to hold on to his leash. Nice long pets on him, and then after you give him good pets, you're going to hold your leash down because he gets excited
And then it's more, you know, cheated.
and he jumps, and that's where we've been battling with touch. Good. And finally got him to sit. So this is the hard part, is for the first few, probably up until about 4 days ago, quite frankly. When I'm loving on him, as soon as your hand stops, he hits you. He jumps up. So because he gets overexcited to touch. Okay? So that was really good today. So you hold your leash nice and short, love on him, and then when you're loving on him, when you stop, that's much better. That's much better. Much better. Good. Hold your leash down.
So Nancy
Sit.
will have to do
Wait.
keep the leash on him for the
For
first while in the house,
2 to
right?
3 weeks.
Okay.
So first 2 to 3 weeks.
A little bit of a shorter leash so she can handle
This
it.
a 4-foot leash is fine in the indoors.
Yeah.
I like my 5 feet leash just because if I have a 5-foot or 6-foot leash, then what happens is if I'm walking around and they start to get into something, I can step on the handle. I don't have to get right up close and personal. Good.
So it'll take about 2 or 3 weeks with him in that leash.
Good.
Before she could actually take the leash off and maybe settle in.
He'll probably settle in within 3 weeks. I can say just about every dog that we have that we get into new homes, 2 to 3 weeks it takes for them to settle. It's always 7 to 21 days. The first 72 hours he might be a little bit on the chill side, which is good, but then after that,
Once he gets comfortable,
real dog comes out. Okay. But then after that, this is what we should get. So if you have control the first week, I would tell her to keep her on the leash. Hold the leash if she can. When he's out of his crate, hold the leash. Because then you'll have more control. If he tries to jump, you can step on the leash. If you step on the leash like this,
Go, sit,
Right.
and stay.
and you're stepping on the leash and you're loving on him. Which is what I do when I don't have anybody else to do it. I'm
So
gonna stand
what
on the
about
leash.
getting on the couch and getting petted and
See what
stuff?
happens when you step on the leash? Good. And that's how we teach our dogs to have more on the floor. Okay? Stand on the leash.
Good deal.
Love on him. And then when you stop, if he jumps,
And he,
good.
well, that makes sense right there. No,
Okay.
yeah.
Wait. Very good. Okay? That's a good way to get your dog to stop jumping up. And that's going to be very important because he is a bouncy boy. Okay? Much better. Thank you. So, that's the jumping and reading, touch sensitivity part of the program. Okay? We're going to move right into resource mode. Can you grab me a bone? Okay.
So can I pet him now? Or
Yeah. And again, I'm standing on his leash just so he doesn't assault. Right. Just so there's no assault. He's like, I know that building. That building has all the work dogs in it. So, the other thing too is when you're working with him the first 3 weeks, having him on a leash is going to be very important. New environment, 72 hours, like I said, he'll be calm. After that, he's going to be himself. 7 to 21 days is when they test everybody. Okay? So, one of the things we want to work on is the leave it command. Okay, hide that behind your back for me for a minute. Leave it command, very important. It's like I could smell that bone. Good.
Oh, he comes back.
The leave it command, you're going to have your treat in your hand in a fist right now. Have it down, and while he's looking at that treat, you're going to take the treat in this hand. Oh, good. Very good. He's like, I already know this trick. So he knows this trick because we've been practicing. So this leave it, the item in my hand is a leave it item. So it's here. What I'm doing is taking my hand. That's leave it.
He's sitting back down too
Ah.
to get where he's at.
Right. I don't want him to have that one, so I tell him leave it. Good, which means leave that treat alone, and you get this treat.
Focus.
Okay.
Huge.
So that's very important because because of the resource guarding, you want him to have that leave it. Now I haven't for the last 4 days seen any aggression. Okay, no guarding, nothing. So that's a good sign, but I wouldn't stop the program, especially going into the morning. Okay. So again, I'm going to take the leave it at him, make a fist, and I'm going to tell him leave it. Good.
So in the resource guarding, that's like when, there's a bone there and you
Yes.
want him to leave it alone.
And
So
it's leave
she's
it.
going to tell him leave it.
Yes.
And then she should be able, he'll sit down, go with your hand and sit.
Yes.
And she
You
should
say,
be able to
leave it,
pick
and
it up.
once he goes over to the side, you tell him sit,
And then go.
praise, give him the treat, you can pick that
And
bone
you
up.
should be able to pick it up without him.
Okay? Very important, he walks away from it. So that's why we do leave it,
This is mine.
bring it over here, tell him to sit. Okay? Now the other thing is, I don't want him to have a bone on his own for the first 3 weeks that he's in the house. I want her to hold it the whole time. Rawhide, please. So again, standing on the leash enforces that he can't do anything, and you're not at fault. I don't want him to think that the human, oh, we did get it! I don't want him to think, yes, he is.
Strong.
He's like, I know this thing. Wait. No. Fresh. Wait. So, what we're going to do, he's like, oh, I remember this. We're going to hold that leash nice and short. The first 3 weeks, very important. She holds the bone, lets him chew while she's holding the bone. She's got to be the holder of all resources. Now, he is going to try his hardest to take it away from her. But when I first had him, he wouldn't chew at all. He was just stiffening up. He would just hold it in the mouth.
I'm going to wait for you because I'm waiting on you to try to take it, and then I'm going to get it.
Yeah, that's him guarding it. Now, after all the work we put into him, he's actually chewing it while we hold it because he doesn't feel the need to guard it. So it is going to be...
Because he's comfortable. He
Yes.
knows that you're going to give it back to him.
I'm
You're
not
gonna let
challenging
have
him.
You're not trying to...
Right. Okay. Now, very important, because usually when a dog holds onto a bone and just stiffens up, that means that they feel they have the confidence to hold on to that bone.
It should really belong to you. I mean, that's how we are with our dog. Our dog.
So-
Everything is ours.
Yeah.
It's all
So
mine.
first 3 weeks, very important. She holds onto this bone for that resource guarding program. Okay.
Now, all these little things that you're working on, like, should she do this like 3 times a day for 10 minutes, or just
2 minutes each thing. I do a lot. So 2 minutes each item, and then move on to the next. Yep. No more than 2 to 3 minutes per command. So I do bone holding, 2 to 3 minutes, and that's it. It's done.
And then
Okay.
leave it alone and do
Leave
that
it
for
alone
a
2
couple
to 3
minutes
minutes
a day.
and move on to the next. Don't hang out for 15, 10 minutes. He's like, I want that. That's why we're going to hold the leash still nice and short. Okay? Because like I said, 2 weeks we've overcome a lot, but not cured. Okay. Wait. Good. Wait. Good. So, 2 to 3 minutes. If she does like 10 to 15 minutes each command, he's going to get bored. His attention span's only about 4 to 5 seconds. Yeah, it's about 4 to 5 seconds. So he doesn't have very long of an attention span. Even his stay, you notice a bit difference here? Okay. Stay is not very far away. You're literally right in front of him. Good. Stay. Stay. Good. Stay. You're going to approach, stay. And then you're going to turn your hand over and say, free. Good. Okay? Good. Now, if you notice, stay puts him in a working state of mind. That's why we use stay with a dog that has dog-dog issues. Because I want So we're going to try it again. I'm going to show you what it looks like again, okay? So, because I know you're videoing. And tell him sit. Stay. Good. Stay. No. Good. Stay. Stay. So he's got about a 4 attention span. Good. Yes. And then free. And then praise. And so if you notice what I'm doing, stay. Good. Because if he could hear, I'd be saying, good, stay.
Yeah.
He can't, so you have to remind him, stay, good, stay, good, okay? Now weight is very lax. I don't care if he sits or stands or lays down, but stay is very strict. Stay means if I say sit, stay, you have to stay sitting, okay? Weight is simply, weight, don't move forward now, all right? Good, very good. Now, I'm going to talk about that look away command. I'm going to show you without a dog first, all right? When we do the look away command with a Duffy, it's literally two tugs on his leash, and then I'm going to give him the sign to come back, okay? My treat is behind my back. Good. That's beautiful. And then give him the treat. So it's 2 tugs on the leash, give him the sign to come to the front position, and give him the treat.
Sit,
And again,
good boy.
have you do it again. I'll have her do it again. Ready? So, ready? It's like all side. 2 taps.
Turn around.
Sit.
Cool.
And then you give him the treat. Okay? So look away with
Sweet.
a Deafy is literally good. 2 tugs. It's very important you do it in 2s. Sometimes you might not feel the first 2, so you might have to do it 2 more. Okay?
Yeah, 2
But it's
then.
always 2. Because 1 might just mean you're just pulling him back, and he's not going to pay attention to it.
So 2 together.
2 is definitive, okay? You give him 2, he knows, good, to look at you. All right? Papa. Good. Now when
You gotta get a big bag of treats.
so I'm giving him crumbs. You see how small my treats are? They are crumbs.
Just a good little taste of it, huh?
I only want him to get a meat taste. That's it. Okay? So when we're holding the leash, thumb to the loop,
in there.
over the handle. That is very important. You'll never lose your leash that way. And then you hold it here, just like this. Okay? So it's almost like a horse.
Oh, here's the ring.
Yeah. Okay?
Now, I know for a fact that when I first met him, he would have ballistic.
He did.
Trying to go.
Oh my God, he was nuts.
Because it was all, and it wasn't, I didn't see like he was vicious. To me, it was almost like he had never been around anything. He was just so excited.
He was so... with dogs, he was so on the aggressive end.
Look at that.
He did go frantic when he felt that.
Could you get him up?
He had a little carries over there.
So if I'm standing here, I don't care if there's a dog right there. He shouldn't care either. So if he gets too focused, that's beautiful. If he gets too focused, then you're going to give him the 2 taps. Come over. Good. Good. This is what we've mainly focused on because that's what you told me is the big issue was. Get up. Hang. Up. Sit. Good. That's better. I don't care. So he reacted because Papa's giving him signs that he should react. Which is why I wanted you to get him. Sit. Good. Now, for me, huge that he is putting his back towards the problem.
Yeah,
Because he
because
couldn't.
he's not,
Yeah.
he's been acknowledging.
He
like
couldn't
he's-
do that when I first got him. I mean, up until recently, you know, when I sent you that picture, that was our big feat right there. That was huge.
That was,
Yeah.
like I said, when I first met him, we were at a dog park, luckily in our own pen. Then the guy came and he just started going, so we went to the other pen. The whole time it
Yeah.
was like, oh my, and we did, you know, Al was watching him for Ruby at the time, and he said, you know, dog.
Good. Yeah.
So this, I mean, oh my gosh, that their neck piece.
This is really what we want to see. Hold him nice and tight for me, Nick. Put him on the side, make him sit.
So he's just not even acknowledging.
Right.
He's not going ballistic. I mean,
Right.
even our dogs at home saying, well, Pixie doesn't. Pixie's So Rocco would probably try one.
Oh,
We'd have-
Rocco would
This
go.
is exactly what he should be doing at this stage in the game, and this is what we worked on 4 times a day. Honestly, 4 times a day, just working with him and other dogs. So if I'm standing here,
It's wonderful.
good. That's the kind of focus I should
I mean,
see.
he is just like up here watching you and concentrating on you. And
So that's what we really worked hard at. Okay, good job, good job. He should not even care. Okay, now Papa is the type of dog he's going to throw off these omega rolls, which is he sees. If you notice what he's trying to do, he's trying to look out of the corner of his eye, and that's okay. Let him. Don't make him avoid every dog he sees. It's all right if he gets this close as long as he can do this. You gotta have a treat. You have to stay calm, and you get him right back on you. But let him look. He can't hear if that dog is growling. So he's got to look.
That makes sense.
2 tugs?
Amazing.
Yes. He's like, that's an
Amazing.
excited phrase. 2 taps to the shoulder, or 2 tugs. You get his focus. Very good. Good. Thank you. Put him back up. Feel good about that?
That's awesome.
All right. So
Wow.
when you're holding the treat, it's very important it's in your fist. Okay? It's amazing what you can do in 2 weeks. He's a good boy, though. All right.
he's so cute. I mean, like I said, we don't know what he was been through before he was done, but they don't. They think he's just that's a great dog. Nothing wrong.
Yeah.
Just like that. They didn't know, you know.
Well, he definitely just in a couple of weeks has come a long way. I can tell you, because when he first saw the dogs, it was all I could do to hold on to him because he was literally hair up on his shoulders, barking, growling, carrying
Yeah.
on, and he's doing much better. Now, I'll show you the down. I know you're not going back in my building. He's like, that building right there is a great building. That's it. Good. No.
Hey, where'd he go?
It's the grass. I don't want to lay in the grass, Sarah. No. I didn't practice on the grass yet.
Come out here.
We're going to try it. Can you do it inside? Nope. Nope. So I'm going to hold that leash.
Short.
Gross. Real short. And I'm going to tap the ground. And I'm kind of putting my pressure on my leash on the ground. Very important that the down is practiced. Because this is how you're going to get him to shut his brain off. I don't want him down first. Inside, you can do it on the grass. It's not that hard. No, I don't want to do it on the grass. You give me a blanket.
Yeah, how pretty dog.
Well, he does it on the wood floor in the buildings. So, like I said, that was the down is going to be huge, okay, that he lays down. So working on the down is very important. When you're doing the down, if he shows aggression, you're not bending and you're not giving him a treat. If he shows aggression to your dog when you're at home, okay, your daughter's dog when you're home, if he shows any, he's like, I want to blanket. I want to blanket. So again, once he gets excited about something, pull it back to the front of him. Now, good. Now I haven't tried a blanket, so that's actually my first thing right here. Has he had a blanket or a dog
He has
blanket?
a towel that we brought that was in his kennel.
Oh, okay. Because he didn't have one in his kennel.
Yeah, they packed it up and gave it to my husband, but he does have
Huh.
one. Probably has the same. He likes to
Curious.
nest. He does that.
I didn't try a blanket. We don't use blankets because we don't want the dogs to rip them up.